guys, and welcome back to Belle's Books. Please subscribe if you haven't already and give this video a like. You can also check out my Instagram at Belle's Books or look at my website www.bellesbooks.co.uk. So today I'm going to be talking about Maid by Stephanie Land. I decided to read Maid because I saw it listed on Amazon as Obama's summer reading pick of 2019 and I assumed that that meant it would be good, so I bought it. And I was right, it was good and you should buy it also. So Maid is Stephanie Land's memoir. It's not fiction, it's the true story of a woman struggling to keep herself and her baby, Mia, alive. As a single mum, Stephanie works as a maid, juggling work, her baby, her abusive ex and her broken family. Her memoir explores what it's like to be poor in America and what it's like to be invisible. Stephanie exposes the inadequacies of the American system and her own shame of relying on that system. The storytelling is empathetic and it touches her readers' hearts. You can feel her pain during the hard times and her happiness and contentment during the occasional good times. Maid is the story of a single woman, but it represents the stories of millions more women and exposes all kinds of systematic issues. On her website, Stephanie herself says, "Even though Maid is just my story, I hope that readers will start seeing the estimated 60 million Americans who are working so hard just to make ends meet." I think that the way that Stephanie exposes the vast disparity between middle-class America and the working poor, the lack of motivation to earn more money, and the importance of government support systems is really well done. Stephanie writes candidly and precisely about her income and her expenditures. She's vulnerable with this information, and this vulnerability opens her up for all kinds of criticism. And I think it's really interesting that many reviewers have taken the opportunity to criticise Stephanie. They've questioned any self-indulgent spending during her time of poverty, the number of hours she worked, and her relationship with an ex. As a starting point, these criticisms are cruel. Does she not deserve to have nice things because she's poor? Can she not make mistakes because she's poor? They also demonstrate a failure to actually understand the point of her story. Being poor is really, really hard. And getting out of poverty is even harder than just staying in it. And it really upsets me, these kind of reviews. I think Stephanie summarises this well in her book. Earning $50 extra could make my co-pay at daycare go up by the same amount. Sometimes it meant losing my childcare grant altogether. There was no incentive or opportunity to save money. The system kept me locked down, scraping the bottom of the barrel and without a plan to climb out of it. The worst part is that Stephanie, during the novel and during her reality, is aware that people criticise her without even knowing her. She's constantly self-conscious, she's hyper-aware of how others might react to her actions, and it makes one wonder, now the memoir is published, how she responds privately to these hateful reactions. Because I think it must be really difficult to know that despite your best efforts, despite your story, some people still can't be convinced of the innocence of poor people. Stephanie's eventual success is painted as luck to some extent. It's lucky that she gets extra money when she needs it, lucky that someone lends her a car, lucky that people offer advice when she needs it the most. Should any of these things not have happened to her, she wouldn't have been successful, her path would be different, and this is just so depressing to me. You can't just escape being poor by working hard or your willpower or determination. You also need luck, you also need support along the way. And I think it's really, really sad that 60 million people in America don't have that support and don't have that opportunity for luck. So I really enjoyed this book. I enjoyed the writing style and I think the story is really significant and therefore you should read it too. If you loved this, you can read, and the links are all in the description box below, Heartland by Sarah Smarsh, which is a memoir on poverty, Evicted by Matthew Desmond, which is stories of poverty, Nickel and Diamond by Barbara Ehrenreich, which is also a memoir on poverty, or you could read Educated by Tara Westover, which is a memoir on freedom and education. I am planning on reading Educated next because I've been looking forward to reading this book for a really long time and I kind of forgot about it until I read this. So yeah, you're welcome to join me in reading that, and I'll probably make a video at some point in the future reviewing it. So please subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at Belle's Books, or check out my website www.bellesbooks.co.uk for more content. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video, and I will see you in my next book review video. Bye!